In the heart of the ancient elven forest, where the light filtered through the thick canopy in streams of gold, four young elves raced through the trees, their laughter echoing in the warm air. The scent of pine and the distant song of birds filled the surroundings, but the children were oblivious, lost in their game of tag, known in their language as Lúthien's dance.
Lúthien, a nimble elf girl with hair like spun silver, darted between the towering oak trees. She was the fastest of the group, her feet barely touching the soft moss as she moved. Her brother Velthoria wasn't far behind, his green eyes gleaming with the thrill of the chase. Behind them, Eleanor and Velthoria, cousins with matching auburn locks, tried to keep up their giggles, blending with the rustling leaves. "You can't catch me!" Lúthien called over her shoulder, her voice lilting with joy. She leaped over a fallen log, landing gracefully before taking off again. Velthoria grinned, his competitive spirit ignited. "We'll see about that," he shouted back, pushing himself to run faster. The rules of Lúthien's dance were simple. The one who was it had to catch one of the others, but to make it interesting, they had to do so while navigating the natural obstacles of the forest. The game was a test of agility, speed, and cleverness, all traits highly valued among their people. As the children played, the adults of their village busied themselves with preparations for the festival of the oak tree. The festival, held under the oldest and largest oak in the forest, was a time of great celebration, marking the coming of the new season and honoring the spirit of the forest. The entire village was involved, each elf contributing their skills to make the festival a success. Near the great oak, the elder elves were weaving garlands of flowers and leaves, their nimble fingers moving with practiced ease. Others were preparing tables laden with fruits, nuts, and delicacies gathered from the forest. The air was filled with the sweet scent of baking bread and the rich, earthy aroma of freshly brewed herbal teas. A few elves were even practicing their instruments, tuning their harps and flutes for the evening's music.
Despite the busy preparations, the adults couldn't help but smile as they watched the children at play. Their laughter was a reminder of the forest's vitality, of the endless cycle of life that the festival sought to celebrate.
Lúthien, feeling Velthoia's presence close behind her, veered sharply to the left, disappearing into a thicket of ferns. Velthoia skidded to a halt, his eyes scanning the underbrush, but Lúthien was nowhere to be seen. He chuckled softly, recognizing her trick. She had always been the best at hiding. Eleanor and Velthoria slowed down, panting slightly as they approached Velthoia.
"Where is she?"
Eleanor asked, her voice tinged with awe. Lúthien's ability to vanish so completely was legendary among them.
The heart of an ancient elven forest, four children played joyfully, their laughter blending with the rustling leaves, as the village prepared for the festival of the oak tree. A game of tag took a mysterious and ominous turn.
Velthoia scanned the underbrush and surrounding trees, his sharp eyes flicking over every detail. Lúthien's ability to vanish so completely was legendary among them. But this time, no matter how hard he looked, he couldn't find her. He searched behind every tree, beneath every bush, and even up in the branches where she had sometimes hidden before. Minutes turned into an hour, and Velthoia's playful grin slowly faded into concern. Eleanor and Velthoria joined in, calling out Lúthien's name, their voices growing more urgent with each unanswered cry.
After a significant amount of time, Velthoia sighed, his shoulders drooping.
"Maybe she's already gone back to the village," he said, trying to sound hopeful.
Eleanor and Velthoria exchanged uneasy glances but nodded in agreement.
Together, the three children headed back to the village, hoping to find Lúthien there, laughing at having tricked them so well. As they neared the village, the sky began to deepen into hues of orange and pink, signaling the approach of dusk. The elven adults were finishing their preparations for the festival, the last touches being added to decorations and feasts. Yet, as the children arrived, it was clear that Lúthien was not among them. Lúthien asked one of the elders, trying to mask the growing worry in his voice. The elder looked around, frowning slightly.
I haven't seen her. Did she not come back with you?
Lúthien's heart skipped a beat.
No. We thought she might have come back earlier. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the light fading into twilight, concern spread through the village. The adults exchanged worried glances, and the festive preparations halted as the realization settled in. Lúthien was missing.
As darkness descended, the worry turned into fear. The elves of the village were known for their keen senses and their deep connection to the forest. A group of hunters and rangers, the finest the village had to offer, quickly assembled. Their eyes, sharp even in the dim light, scanned the forest as they spread out to search for the missing child. Torches were lit, casting flickering shadows as the search party moved silently through the trees, calling Lúthien's name into the night. The hours dragged on with no sign of her. The once joyful village now buzzed with tension, the festival forgotten in the wake of their growing fear. Lúthien, Eleanor, and Velthoria watched with wide, anxious eyes as the adults whispered among themselves, their expressions grim. Then, just before the darkest hour of the night, one of the rangers let out a shout. The others quickly converged on the spot, where they found a small necklace lying on the forest floor, its delicate chain glittering faintly in the torchlight. It was Lúthien's. A gift from her mother, something she never took off.
Beside the necklace, the earth was disturbed by tracks, large unfamiliar footprints that sent a chill through everyone who saw them. They resembled nothing natural, nothing known to the elves of these woods. Yet, the area showed very little sign of struggle, as if Lúthien had been taken swiftly and silently.
A wave of dread swept through the village as the realization dawned that something beyond their knowledge had taken her. The search party doubled their efforts, scouring the forest until the first light of dawn broke through the trees in the morning. The village elders gathered with the finest scouts and hunters to form a new plan. This was no longer just a search, it was a rescue mission. They would venture beyond the borders of their known lands into the deeper, darker parts of the forest where few dared to go. The festival of the oak tree would wait. Nothing mattered more now than finding Lúthien and bringing her safely home.